y'all, this is Deanna. Welcome to my channel. Y'all, I'm back this morning just sewing in my craft room, and I thought I'd make some little baskets, Easter style. I have made these many times. I used to have these all over my craft room, and I would store things in them. So these are great storage baskets. You can give gifts in these, and I'm making these Easter style. So this would be a great thing for me to like give to my daughters or my granddaughter or my grandsons or a friend or anything. And you can make these any size you want. You see I've got it lined and everything. It's so cute. This one doesn't have a handle. I'm going with no handle on this one because, I mean, if you're going to use it as a storage basket, sometimes the handle's in the way. So we're going to go do this one without a handle on it. This is so easy. Let me show you how I did this. Okay. I'm going to be using this super cute doggy fabric here. Isn't that so cute? I got this one at Joann's yesterday, and I just think it's darling. Look, oh my goodness, so cute. And I'm going to use, this is going to be my outside. See how I did the bunnies on the outside of the bottom here, and then I did a plaid for the inside. So the outside is going to be the cute doggies, and then the inside is going to be this purple and white polka dot. Y'all, surprise, I'm using purple. I never sew with purple. So anyway, let me just show you quickly how to do this. This is very easy. Okay, so I have already got them cut, and I made mine 12 inches in width, 11 inches in height. If you want to make them smaller, cut down the length, cut down the height, whatever you want to do, just make it the size that you want. This is the size I'm going to do because if I end up using these like for storage baskets or whatever in my craft space, they'll be big enough where I can store things in. It's great to store fabric in. So anyway, I'm going to use these. So this is 12 wide, 11 tall. I've already got all my stuff ironed, and I've already added on some Pellon. Let me show you my Pellon that I'm using. This is just a fusible stabilizer. Here it is. It's Pellon two-sided decor bond stabilizer. I always get mine at Joann's, and actually I'm kind of mad at myself for not getting some yesterday. It's 50% off right now. The bolt is only $6.99 a yard, and so if you get it, you know, half off, and you could buy quite a bit and just have it. And that's what I did with this one. Okay, so let's go ahead. What we're going to do is we're going to put pretty sides together, and the dogs kind of, to me, are kind of upside down all over. So I'm going to try to make sure I get them like kind of alike. And what you're going to do first is you're going to go to your sewing machine, and you are going to sew down one side, the bottom, and up the top, back stitching at the beginning and the end. Okay, and then what you're going to do is we're going to have to block out the corners. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to jump on over to my sewing machine. Let's jump on over and sew the sides and the bottom together, and then I'll go ahead and sew this one as well on the sides and the bottom, making sure that my pretty sides are together. So in other words, they're facing together inside. So I'm going to go ahead and sew that one off camera, and we'll be back. So I came over here, and I went ahead and I started with the lining piece first. I'm going to sew it off camera. I already sewed the side and the bottom. Now, when you get up to the last side, because you only want to sew 3 sides, you want to make sure you leave an opening on the side so you're able to turn this. Now, y'all, I am using I'm going to use a 3-inch stitch length. And this is just a straight stitch. My machine is a Singer Modern Quilter. It's a workhorse, old. I've had it 8 years, and I am using Gutermann thread. Now, I did not change my thread on my machine. It's a very light pink, but it's okay. It's all inside. I'm not going to worry about it. Normally, I change my thread to match, but I'm not going to this time. So make sure when you're sewing up the side that you back stitch. Now I'm going to bring it up a little bit, so that way then I can leave a little space so I'm able to turn my little basket inside out. And I'm going to back stitch here as well. Okay, so that is the inside piece. And as you see here, this is where I just lifted up my presser foot and I just so I was able to leave this piece right here, or this part right here open. That way I can turn it to the right side out. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to sew these together. I want to make sure I am on the 12-inch side, and I am. If you want to pin them together, you can. I'm just going to kind of hold mine together, making sure things are as neat as I can. Y'all, I got a call earlier from my brother and his wife. They are fixing to be on a cruise ship. They are major cruisers now. They love it so much. So I hope that they have a good time. So bro and sis, if you happen to be watching, I hope you have a wonderful time. And we are going with them in April. We're going with them on an Alaskan cruise, so that will be a lot of fun. Okay, so down one side, making sure everything, if you're not pinning, you want to make sure everything stays lined up. Oops, get that presser foot down. We're going to just fuzz right on through. That you can find that you will be able to mass produce these. If you are new to sewing, this is for you. So easy and just fast to do. All you that have your sewing machine that are intimidated, pull it out. This is something you can do, and it will be darling. You can make them something functional for your craft space, or you can put gifts in it, give it to a friend, give it to your kids. Trying to make sure to keep everything lined up as much as I can. Get that back stitch in there. And there we go. Okay. There we go. So now let's get back over to the table, and I'm going to show you what the next step is. So you see how I boxed my corners? See how it's a boxy bottom? This is how I did this. What I did is, you can just guess and you can just draw off whatever. I just cut myself a piece of paper, and this one is 3 by 3. And I'm going from the corners of my project, not from where I sewed. And look, I'm on the wrong side. Make sure you're going to cut these from the bottom, where you have that bottom seam, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just taking my pencil. You can use a pen, pencil, whatever. You're going to cut this anyway. And I'm just going to draw on this. And I'm going to go to the other side, lining it up with that corner. Okay, quit drawing on the paper, Deanna. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Do that. Now all you're going to do is you're going to cut the corner and then the corner and cut this box off. So you're cutting out 3 inches. If you wanted to make it not as boxy as I did, you can make it a 2-inch. You can make it 1 inch. You can make it whatever you like. But I kind of just wanted to go more boxy, where it maybe is like more open, if that makes sense. Okay, so there we go. We got that. So now we got 2 little holes here. All we're going to do is we're going to line up our seams like this. This time I will use my clips. If you don't have clips, use pins. So I'm going to line this up, making sure I keep that center seam. See that? I want to keep that together. Grab another pin or another clip, and then you're also going to do it to the other side as well. Okay, so lining up. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so now all you're going to do is you're going to take it to your sewing machine and you're going to sew a seam across here, a seam across there, okay? You're going to do the same thing to this one, okay? So let me grab my little piece here again and my pencil. Make sure you're doing this on the bottom. So I'm going to make sure I'm doing it on both sides. Or you could have folded it in half and did one and then cut them both at the same time. Let's do that. So you could do it lining up your corners. Just like this. And you can cut them both at the same time. I hope you're still with me because this is going to be so cute when it's done. Now look, here we go. Now we have them the same. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to box those corners up and we'll sew these the same, just like I'm going to do the outside piece. You're going to sew them and put them together. And then you're going to sew on those same seams. Okay, so I'm going to sew these up and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the sides all sewed up. You see? I sewed the sides to the lining piece. Let me trim this thread off right there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take the lining piece and turn it where the pretty side is facing out. Okay, so you're going to face it out. At this point, if you wanted to add straps on here, this is when you would add straps here or facing them inside down, and that way you would sew those on before you put the lining piece. But I'm not doing straps on these. I'm just going to make them a simple basket. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take, here's the inside piece. I'm going to take, and here's the outside, or here's the outside piece. This is the inside piece. And I'm going to line up my sides. Just like this. So you can get those sides together. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this side as well. Keeping it lined up at the top. See how I've got it lined up to the top? So they're matching up. And I'm going to line this one. And then I am going to like put one clip over here just to kind of, so I can hold this all in place. And I'm going to flip it around. And I'm also going to hold this side in place. You can put more if you want, or pins. I'm just going to start with the side and work my way around. Let's get back to the sewing machine. So I've got it lined up with my presser foot on the edge of my fabric. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take out my first clip. I'm going to do a back stitch. And I'm going to gently sew all the way around. We're sewing these two together. Like I said, if you want a beginner-friendly project, this is it. You will be making these and they will be all over your craft space. You can make them in all different colors and designs. You don't have to, I mean, you can just make them because they're that easy to do and it doesn't take a lot of material. Okay. Trying to keep this all lined up, okay? If it doesn't, try to get it not to move on you too much. You can just guide it with your hands. Taking out those clips. I'm going to go ahead, hold this down. I'm on the last stretch. I'm going to go ahead and take off this clip over here because I feel like I can hold it in place. If you don't feel like you can keep it as straight as you can, then Don't worry. Okay. Down to the last little bit here. Okay, pulling that out. Now let's flip it out. And then only thing sewing wise that we'll have left to do is to stitch up that hole that we're going to turn it inside out. Okay. So what you're going to do, reach up in here. There's the hole that I left. And you're going to just reach in here and you're going to grab your materials. You're going to pull it through the hole. Just work your way through. And then make sure you leave at least 2 to 3 inches a gap there. That way then you have plenty of space to turn it. Unless you're making a smaller bag, then you might not want one that big. Or a smaller basket. Okay, so there we go. Then I'm going to reach my hand down in here and I want to pop out my corners. Okay. Popping out, popping out, popping out. There we go. There is one. Getting those corners. I think I got one more corner right here to pop out. Okay, so there we go. Now this is what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my machine. You can either machine stitch this closed or hand sew it. I just machine stitch. It's inside. To me, it's okay. So I want to make sure everything is like down in here really nicely. I want to keep those raw edges. I'm going to keep the raw edges down inside here. And now I'm going to go and sew this closed. I'll be back. I sewed it up. Push the lining down inside. I'm trying to get this all nice and neat down in here. I'm going to take my ironing board. I've got my iron hot. When I sew, I typically just leave my iron on. So what you want to do is you're going to iron this. Now, you can do a top stitch on this all the way around and then fold it over like I did, or you can just not do a top stitch. On the other one, I didn't do a top stitch. I just want to make sure I iron everything down so nicely. Okay, I'm making sure. See how I got that lined up there? Take my iron, and I'm using my little pink iron. This is the brand, Olicio, whatever it's called. I never can pronounce it. I love that iron. It's a good compact iron for your craft space. Got mine on Amazon. I did have someone write yesterday of what kind of sewing machine do I recommend. Now, there are so many out there. I, as you know, have the Singer Modern Quilter. It's a workhorse. I don't think they sell mine anymore. I've had it quite a long while. If you're a beginner and you just want to start small, maybe go to Walmart and buy yourself, or even Joann's has some inexpensive machines, and buy yourself, you know, just an inexpensive machine like a Brother. That's what I would do. I know Singer has some inexpensive machines. Before you want to branch out and like get like a big expensive one, thousands of dollars, you want to make sure you enjoy it first. And you know, like I think for mine, I think my Singer Modern Quilter, I got lucky. I had it 8 years, and I also got it for like $700. And it took a lot for me to pay that because I didn't want to spend that much. But my husband's like, you know what? you keep getting the other ones, and you love to sew, and you know, all that, and I had saved my money for it. Okay, I'm ironing the inside here. So he said, just go for it. That's what the inside looks like. Doesn't that look nice? Now, if you want to go and if you want to top stitch around the top, go for it. I think I'll do it. I think I'll top stitch this one. I did not top stitch this one. Let me go top stitch this all the way around, and then I'll be back. So I ran a little top stitch around the top. You can kind of see it better on the darker fabric. So I just did that on top. I like to give everything a good press again. That stabilizer it's inside really makes it a good sturdy little basket or bowl. You can call this even a bowl because you're not putting handles. Now I'm going to iron this, the outside. So how I do this is I like to fold my bottom in and just kind of fold it like this. That way I can iron the outside as well. Unless I had it on ironing board, I could flip it up under the end. But I don't have my ironing board out, and I just use an ironing little pad here that I made. Okay, look at that. How cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, now pop your little corners out again. Okay, see how it stands up nicely? Let's see. Got a little thread there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the top and fold it over about an inch or so, however much you want it to be. And fold it all the way over so you can see the inside fabric. See? Look at that. Give it a little press. And there you go. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Love the doggies. They're darling, y'all. And this is what you can do. If you're going to give this as a gift to someone, and all you got to do with this stabilizer it's in here is kind of shape it, okay? So you can just add goodies in it. Like if you want to put some shred in here or something in the bottom, tissue paper. And let's get some. So you could take some shred. I don't have any purple, so I'm going to use this pink. And I'm just going to put some in the bottom. And make a nice little gift basket. If you want to send this for a swap, this would be great for a swap. Okay. Great for a swap. I would put enough, that way then your stuff that you're going to include would stick out. You could fill it with goodies. Look at that. I like this, and this is so soft. I got this at Home Goods. And these, I found these in my stash. Got some little Easter bunnies. Let me see which one is bigger. Okay, here, I've got this one. You're my little jelly bean. I've had this in my stash probably 2 years. I got it at Hobby Lobby before. So I took off the tag so you can add this in. I have a little bunny ink pen. This would be just full of bunny stuff here. You could add candies. And you can add bunnies. It would be a really nice little gift. You can add something crafty in it. Maybe some stickers. I've got some stickers here. So much you can do with these little cute little fabric baskets. Isn't that cute? Oh, look how cute it is. Now this one, since it's doggies, like if someone is a dog lover, you could add something in there for their dog as well. And how cute is this? I think these are cute little gift baskets that you can send to someone. You can use these for things in your craft space. You can add, I'm going to probably use mine for fabric. I'll put fabric in them. You can store things in it, whatever you want. If you want to put them in your closet, which I don't know why you'd want to put something so cute in your closet. I think I would just use it out in my space or give it as a gift. Absolutely. So anyway, and these right here, these guys, they came, of course, from Hobby Lobby. 2020. That's how long I've had them. in my stash. I kind of forgot I had them. But anyway, add some more goodies in, fill it up, and it will be the cutest little basket ever. Make sure you put some chocolate in there. Everybody at Easter needs some chocolate. Or you can just make this, if you can make it just a spring basket, whatever you like. Anyway, thanks so much everyone for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this fun little baskets here that I made today. And I hope you will give it a try. Let me know down below if you did. And yeah, they're super easy, simple, and kind of addicting to make. Love you guys. Bye.